Breaking news now. Putin responds to Biden's remark about repression with a four-word proverb. On Tuesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin responded to questions about U.S. Vice President Joe Biden's recent call for leaders to unite in suppressing Putin by quoting a Russian proverb. In Russia, there is a popular proverb that goes something like, "Live forever, learn forever." Putin was quoted as saying by the Kremlin-affiliated news agency TASS that his comments were directed not only at Vice President Joe Biden but at the entire political elite in the United States. He reportedly said this to a reporter from the Russian government-funded television network VGTRK. Putin was questioned by the journalist about remarks made by Biden on 60 Minutes, a CBS news program, on Sunday about uniting the world against him. "Imagine what happens if we, in fact, unite all of Europe and Putin is finally put down where he cannot cause the kind of trouble he's been causing," said Biden. "Huge possibilities exist for us to make this world a better place." Putin told VGTRK that Biden and other U.S. officials need to respect the Russian people while he was in Beijing. "This has nothing to do with me. The national interest is at stake here. Russia's interests can't be ignored either." He told TASS that they must be considered. He went on, "You must learn to respect others, and then there will be no need to suppress anyone." The United States has been the primary source of aid for Kyiv throughout the conflict, and Vice President Biden has repeatedly criticized Russian President Vladimir Putin for starting a war with Ukraine in February 2022. A major shift in the Biden administration's stance toward the supply of long-range weapons to Kyiv was confirmed on Tuesday, when the White House and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed the U.S. had supplied Ukraine with Army Tactical Missile System, ATACMS. Long-range surface-to-surface missiles have been a long-standing request from Ukrainian officials to the United States, but the Biden administration has been hesitant to deliver them out of fear that Putin will respond with a military escalation. 9 helicopters were reportedly destroyed and an unknown number of Russian soldiers were killed in overnight strikes on Russian airfields in 2 occupied Ukrainian cities, according to Ukrainian media on Tuesday. On his first day in Beijing, Putin, who was invited by Chinese President Xi Jinping to attend the Third Belt and Road Forum, chose not to make any public remarks about the ATACMS attack. Putin is making his first trip outside of the former Soviet Union since the International Criminal Court, ICC, issued an arrest warrant for him on charges of war crimes in March. China is not a member of the ICC. In recent years, we've witnessed the rise of what many call a multipolar world, in which the fragmentation of the international community is promoted as a form of advanced democracy and greater security and fairness. The evidence has shown the opposite. It wasn't enough to rely on theoretical reasoning alone. Since the end of the Cold War and, especially, the collapse of the URSS and the satellite republics of the Cortina de Ferro and the end of civil wars in the Balkans, the Western world has enjoyed an extended period of peace, with no major wars breaking out between individual countries. This peace, which has spread to include its immediate neighbors, has only been possible within the context of European integration thanks to the European Union and the institutions that preceded its creation and consolidation, thanks to the deterrent force exercised by the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, and thanks to the diplomatic and economic clout of the United States.